I'm from South Carolina. I moved out here, and they had me thinking Orange County was just the Holy Grail. Oh, you go to Orange County, they got that money in Orange County. I'm from LA, so bro, I'm gonna have to take a detour real quick, put me on game about the riot, and then we'll get back on track. Don't lose your train of thought.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to the LA Rams, but
why not? Whoa, let's talk about this. Hold on. Sometimes you just gotta go with how you feel.
I am old enough to remember a time where it was weird to be on the internet.
My name is Travay Hatton.
This is Rob Palacio.
This is gonna be a beautiful thing for sure.
Yes, sir.
How we doing?
You know, I got no complaints this morning, man. It's been an easy go.
Ooh, man, as the holidays.
Oh, don't remind me.
As the holidays start to creep in raw.
Are you getting ready?
We ready. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to nobody.
Archie ever saw we ready?
November 1st. We had signs already out front.
Really?
November 1st. It took me about 10 days to get the rest of the stuff out there, but now right now we got the Christmas countdown. We got a big sign. Got it from Sam's, bro. So basically it gives you can count from up to 60 days up until Christmas. So
okay.
We got that on the corner of where our crib at. And then we got like a Santa Claus Lane sign. And we put the rest of our blow up. So we got like a Frosty the Snowman.
Mm-hmm.
We got an elf. We got a nativity scene.
Mm-hmm.
We got Peppa Pig, Chase from Paw Patrol for the kids. We got like a Santa and a reindeer cornhole blow up.
Mm.
We got 2 like light up reindeers.
Mm-hmm.
We got all type of stuff out there, man. Cause our street, I don't know if you know this,
mm-hmm.
but our street is like a light street. It's called Candy Cane Lane.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's 2 streets next to each other. So I'm sorry.
So y'all the ones that got like the radio station playing and it gets synchronized and all that? Oh.
So it's Gingerbread Lane and Candy Cane Lane. And so Gingerbread Lane is us, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so people are already driving through our neighborhood to look at lights. So like my next door neighbor,
okay,
his house is already lit up.
Oh man, so you gotta.
My light's not up. I just got my blow-ups up.
Yeah.
I'm putting my lights up this Sunday.
Okay.
But his house is already like lit to the mat.
So you kind of forced to like bring it.
It is like, and that's what my cousin was telling me. He was like, does living on this street make it more like you want to put the lights up quicker? And I said, yeah, me and my wife love Christmas, but being on this street make me feel like I got to do it at a certain level.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've been on. I just been like, all right, let me make sure I'm not the last one to put lights up. I was actually the first one.
Okay.
But I didn't put my lights. I just started doing stuff. Yeah. But he's retired, and so he's able to like. He's retired, and so he's able to. He's retired, and so he's able to do his at a better pace. I got stuff going on. He knocked all his stuff out Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He was done with his stuff. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He did it in one weekend. He put his stuff out front. Then he did his stuff in his front lawn. Then on Sunday, he did his lights. And on Monday, he lit up.
Oh.
Like, he just kind of paced it out, which is dope. Like, bruh, I'm going to get there, though. Like, he a pro. Like, I see him putting his lights out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm struggling, like, to put the stakes in the ground, like, for stuff.
Uh-huh.
He got, like, a power drill, like a long power drill with a needle at the end of it. and he just drill a hole in the ground.
Yeah. It's always interesting watching the neighbors set up for Christmas and stuff.
Everybody got a different technique.
Everybody got a different technique. And I know, in my previous marriage when we were living in the house, I just did it myself, so I was there.
Same.
And I didn't have no ladder. So it was like the tall stool that we had in the living room. I'm getting up there. I hopped on the roof one year, scared for my life, putting the light. It took me forever to bring them back down after Christmas because I was like, I got to hop back on the roof.
To get back up there.
Man.
It's different.
Yeah. But then like you have neighbors who they'll just pay for it and have somebody come out and do it professionally. Yeah. They'll do a design or whatever. And then I remember one year I got a little creative. I bought the kind you can put over the bushes and all that and it kind of covered.
I got all that.
Yeah. Then I did it with the windows and all that. So I got creative 1 or 2 years, but it's a lot of work, man.
It is, but you know what I figure? If I just do it, but my problem is I don't like to commit to the process. When I get up and I say I'm going to do it and I just get out of the way.
Right.
Like that's why I want to do it early.
Okay.
Because last year I got caught doing it like the second week of December.
Okay.
And then I had to take them back down.
Right after.
Like 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, yeah.
Now I'm going to be done this weekend.
Right.
And I get to actually enjoy it. And by the time it's time to take them down, I'll be ready to take it down.
You had a little bit of a breather, yeah.
That's what people don't understand. Like people like, you already putting it up. I'm like, no, you don't understand. 4 weeks. Now that we're an adult, goes by really fast.
You're right.
4 weeks, a month is nothing.
You're
the month
right.
of December goes by like that. So I'm putting mine up now. So at least I got a 2 week where I'm like, oh, my house don't look half bad. Like,
right.
Because I'm not home on the weekends, so I don't get to see the large crowds of people driving by.
Right.
You got to think I'm at work.
Right.
My wife them get to enjoy. So on my street, starting December 10th, you won't even be able to drive down it quickly on a weekday night.
Okay.
You would have to come down a back road just to.
I had spent so much time putting mine up that I would get home late from work at night and I'd be mad if she forgot to put the lights on.
Oh, bro.
I'm like, I spent all that time on the roof.
And you ain't even turn them on.
And you ain't even turn them on.
I ain't got to worry about that. My wife get mad if I don't turn them on before I leave out of the house. Some are like, you didn't turn the lights on? Like, so that's a must. And I'm watching that Christmas countdown. We put that Christmas countdown up at 54 days. We're down to 43. 42.
Oh.
It's ticking.
No, I don't need you to do that to me right now.
It's ticking. It's ticking. My son was like, when is the elf on the shelf coming? And now I got to dread.
Oh, y'all do that?
Up. Yeah, bro. Now I got to dread getting up.
Yeah.
At 5:30 a.m. Just to
I can't do it.
Move him around.
Well,
you good.
I can't do it.
You out of it.
Yeah, my kid's too old, but
you out of it. But one night I had him like posted up.
Yeah.
With like a straw in his mouth, like drinking milk.
This is going to sound really weird. And I didn't know this was going to be a Christmas episode. Probably isn't, but like,
it ain't,
but I couldn't get my mind wrapped around the elf on the shelf thing. I felt that was a bridge too far for me.
Oh, it's crazy.
Like we could do Santa Claus and like, I'm very strategic because I know y'all going to be like, Rod, you doing too much. I know it. But I never confirmed or denied Santa and I got away with it.
The kids just kind of let it.
Well, the thing is, like, they would ask me, right? So, like, after, let's say, a movie like, what's the movie with the train? The Polar Express, right? And they go, what happens is an adult can't hear the Christmas bells. You lose that when you lose believing in Santa or in Christmas, right? So they'd be like, Dad, can you hear the bell? And I'm like, what bell? You know what I mean? Things like that. But I would never confirm or deny anything. And then like, when every kid gets to that age, hopefully you're not playing this podcast in front of your children, but hopefully, cause I'm about to say something. So hopefully you're to the point, like what am I saying here? Your kids get to the point where they're like, is Santa real? And you know what I say? What do you think? And wait for their, I pause, bro. I use my sales tactics from the mortgage industry. I wait and I don't say nothing. I just pause. Well, I think, yeah, that sounds really good. So, I mean, do you think like he really like comes into the house and leaves gifts? I mean, the gifts are there on Christmas. I think that's a good Christmas.
Boom.
And they just move on.
Yeah.
I never confirm or deny Santa. Because if I feel like if I confirm Santa, I'm lying to my children. I know. I'm doing too much. Rod, you doing too much. I know. But that's how I played it. My kids had their time when they believed in Santa. Now they 12 and 16. They have moved on. Everybody got what they needed.
I ain't mad.
That's just me. And I'm not saying you're a bad parent or anything if you went all in on Santa or whatever. But as a result of that thinking for me, because I think for me, I was that kid. I caught my parents putting up my gifts when they was trying to let me believe. I walked in and saw my dad putting together my Power Wheel.
Yeah, I walked in and seen my dad coming up from the car with my Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
What you doing? That's supposed to be Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
He had the tools out and everything. He was drinking his gin. I'll never forget. And they was like, "Hey, get your ass back to sleep. You can't be out here."
You like Santa Claus ain't real.
So as a result, when I woke up, they put it away. They put it together and they put it away, so I couldn't see it. That's what they did. But
that's too late.
It's too late. The jig was already up, but I never forgot it. Right. So I don't know. I think that has something to do with like how I felt about it, but I didn't want to push that onto my kids. So I let them believe their mama was really big into it. I let them have it. But when she started with the elf on the shelf thing, which up until when I met her, I never knew anything about.
Me neither.
So I was like,
I didn't do elf on the shelf, but I mean, I don't care.
Oh, I don't care. But I'm like, I'm not getting up at 5 to move no elf. I'm not making up no crazy old story about the elf and whatever. I don't want to write on the calendar when the elf's supposed to come and when the elf's supposed to leave and all that. Like she was super intricate with it. I don't know if that's how it goes, but that's how she did it. And I'm like, that sounds like another job. I'm good.
It's a whole nother job. Like it's stuff like if Zeke was going, like I remember me and Zeke's mom, you know, we live in different houses. And so when he would stay with, you know, her for a week, him with me for a week. And so, you know, the big word for Zeke this is when he was like 4. And the big word was, you know, well, is Elf going to come stay at Dad's house, but we can't touch the Elf because he's going to lose his magic.
Yeah, that whole thing,
so,
yeah.
His mom had made a box for the Elf to go in, right? And she just left it on the counter. He said if he wants to go with you in the morning to your dad's house, he'd get in the box. Well, of course, when he woke up, where was the elf? It was in the box with a note that said, "Don't touch me, but you can close the box and take me to your dad." And so that's how we did so it was like, he jumped in the box. There was a little bed.
Yeah.
So he can go to dad's with you and watch you there too.
Okay.
Oh, and my son loved it.
Okay.
Like, he was like holding the box in the car. Like,
okay.
He's like in the car. Like,
so she came up with some little asterisk as to why the elf doesn't travel. Like, because the kids actually live with them at that time.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the elf stays home or whatever, but like it's secretly watching over you when you go to your dad's or something. Or whatever she said. She made it work, and I will give her credit. She tried to make that work. Yeah. So, but I'm like, she already knew. Like after so many Christmases, I am not in on it. Whatever. I feel like I spend enough money and I facilitate the lore enough because I'm Mr. Like, let's watch Christmas movies. That's what I do.
My wife too. Oh,
right. I want to watch all the things. Like for me, like, you know, my all-time favorite Christmas thing to watch is Yogi Bear's First Christmas. I don't know why. That's my shit. I want to watch that all the time.
Never seen it.
Man, bro, it's a classic. It's a classic. But yeah, that egg. I love my eggnog, so I'm having eggnog all month, which is probably pretty bad, but I'm doing that.
Eggnog. It's an acquired taste.
Yeah, so I'll do the alcohol version and I'll do the non-alcohol version.
Only alcohol.
Yeah. I can't mix both all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it gets kind of crazy. But yeah, I think those are pretty much and then obviously we spend the money, you know, on the kids and we get them gifts and stuff like that. Less gifts now, more back then. Nate's big Christmas was he got a Nintendo Switch.
That's a big Christmas.
So that was the thing. We argued about that because
he got one Christmas.
She was like, put it under the tree and say Santa got it. And I was like, Santa ain't worth for this money.
Yeah.
That's the big gift. That came from daddy. Ain't no Santa. And she was like, what? And I was like, in fact, what I'm going to do is Christmas morning or the day before Christmas, actually, because we were traveling the day before Christmas, we going to GameStop and I'm going to let him pick it out. And I'm not even telling him why we going. And so what we did, I actually have it on video. I have to show it to you. Is we got up. It was Christmas Eve. We was getting ready to go to Malibu because we rented an Airbnb with the family. We had a big family Christmas thing. It was really dope. And we stopped at GameStop, and I walked Nate in there, and he was like, "Oh, we going to GameStop?" I said, "Yeah, we going to GameStop." And he looking around, he walking around, and I just kind of let him peruse for a little bit. And I was like, "Here, let's get in line." So we got in line, and we got to the front. He was like, "Dad, what are we doing?" I was like, "Tell the man what you want." He was like, "What?" He was like, "What did you always want from GameStop?" And he was like, "A Nintendo Switch." And I was like,
"That's fire."
I'm like, "Do you have a Nintendo Switch?" He was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "What?" And his face just, I don't think I've made my son that happy ever again.
That is like a top tier moment.
Yeah.
That's top tier.
And I was like, whatever he wants. Like, just get it. You know what I mean? So he got his game. He got whatever he needed. Cause I don't play Switch, but like, yeah.
You look at the receipt?
No. But you know what? I did good, bro. Like I was working in the mortgage industry.
Okay.
And I had a really nice check November, December, January, February. So like I was living. I was like, all right.
You got it, son.
Yeah. But that was a big Christmas for us because that, and then my wife, I upgraded her phone. We went right to Verizon, same parking lot. Got Haley her first, not an Apple Watch, but like the child version. It was called a Gizmo Watch.
They still have Gizmo Watch. My son got one.
Okay. So got her a Gizmo Watch. So like I got to take care of the family on
a different level.
Yeah. On, a Christmas Eve. So that was probably like a really great Christmas for me. And then I think I bought my first Apple Watch right after that.
Before we jump into our other topic, it is something about it, and I can hear how you telling your story. It's something about doing something for others during the holiday season, though, to add that little extra pep in your step, though.
Oh,
and
yeah.
For me, don't get me wrong, I'm big on being kind all year round, right? You should be joyful and jolly all year round, but it's something about that smile you get when you buy something for somebody on Christmas. I love gift giving. I always have. I would rather buy somebody else something and see them happy than get it for myself. Me personally. But it's just something about that whole process. I can't explain it. Me and my wife, me and Summer, we're big gift givers to each other because we just like to see each other's reaction. We always try to one up each other at Christmas.
Interesting.
And like it get expensive. It do. So like, and we'll be like, I'm only gonna spend like $200 on you. And then she'd be like, all right. And so we'll get to Christmas and we'll start opening the gifts and we'll look at each other like, how much money you spend? And I'd be like, I only spent $200. Knowing good well, like we both spent more than what a lot of the amount was, but that's just, we've been doing that since we met, bro.
Okay.
We've been doing that and everybody be like, you guys really love each other. Like, but it's more of like, I don't know. We get that happy feeling. I can't explain it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. For me, like, I definitely feel that way, and I don't think I've never done what you're explaining with my partner. Like Jen and I, like we like doing things together. So rather than individual gifts, we get each other something small, and then we find something to do together, somewhere to go, some experience to have. Usually, and we get off on making sure the kids have a nice Christmas.
Yeah.
But like that year, that you were talking about, it was nice. It was nice to look around and be like, the wife's happy, 2 kids is happy.
Different.
I'm not broke. I didn't go through the whole wallet. You know what I mean? Like I still was doing really well that winter. And I'm like, and I can go treat myself. And we can get in this car and go to Malibu, and whatever the family wants, we can get. Like I felt really accomplished. I felt really happy. My family was happy. Everybody was smiling, right? What do we need? What do we want? Where do we want to go? It was nothing,
It was a high.
And it was a high. Yeah, it was such a high to provide for my family on that, to overly provide for my family in that way. And I think every parent wants that. I don't care if you're a man or not. Like if you're a parent, if you run a household, you want that.
No matter how you may feel about Santa Claus or not,
Yeah.
You always want to see.
I mean, it's the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's something about that time of year. I'm not quite there yet. I need to eat my turkey first. That's just me.
And my family just sent out.
It's going to be prime rib this year, actually, not even turkey.
I might surprise. I ain't saying that, but I might surprise somebody. I might surprise them with some fried chicken.
Ooh.
I might fry some chicken. I'm frying 2 turkeys.
I've only had a deep fried turkey once.
I make a good fried turkey.
Really?
I'm gonna do 2 deep fried turkeys this year, but I might surprise them with some fried chicken as well. Let me see how they treat me.
Ooh.
See if they're nice to me.
Yeah, I need to go get my prime rib. Got to go to Costco, go find one.
I wanna do a prime rib, but I ain't never done one before.
Okay, it's not hard.
But we got like 35 people coming, so it's like I can't do prime rib for 35 people.
No, you can't.
I ain't got that type of bag.
Yeah. You just get a regular rib, bro. So that's still a little expensive. It's still gonna be like $60-$70.
Where do you get your prime rib?
Usually Costco. Usually, last year they didn't have it.
What, like 45?
Huh?
$45?
Hell no, for a prime? No, it's like $160.
Yeah, that's dead.
That's why I told you I got mad at my mama because she threw it in the microwave.
She gonna eat that.
She don't like if meat look like it's like, you know.
Be well done.
Yeah, you can't do a prime rib well done. It gotta be medium rare.
For sure.
It's gotta be pink in the middle, like, you know, and she don't like that. That's not how she grew up. We need to talk to our people because there's too many more people don't eat like that.
Bro, throwing it in the microwave though is crazy.
It's crazy work. Yeah. My parents are crazy, bro.
Like
you have to remember, my parents grew up in Belize. Like they cook everything through. Ain't no prime rib. That's just meat from a cow.
To them. What's prime about it?
But
from the same animal.
Uh-huh.
That's their philosophy. All right. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna do something.
I'm gonna say a lot.
I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna switch it up, man. And I'm gonna make it interesting. I'm thinking about even doing a cheesecake. You know, I love me some cheesecake. I ain't never done no real dessert making before, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it out. But all right. In other news, I hit you up this week, and I think I was talking to Summer.
Okay.
About it, and I don't remember the young lady's name. You may remember it. But anyway, this young lady has been going around, and she has been calling churches.
Yes, I remember you telling me about that. I remember seeing that. Yeah,
she has been. When she gets on the phone with the church, and they're completely random. Does not matter the denomination. Does not matter the religion. She mentions that.
Although it does seem like she was only calling churches in a specific area, like Kentucky, Tennessee.
She did Louisiana,
like that area. So
the Bible Belt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everything out here is non-denominational. On another note, you know what I mean?
True. Okay.
And so, which I did think that was crazy too. To that fact that she stayed in like the southeast kind of area. And when she would pick up the phone, she was calling these churches. And when she would pick up the phone, she would say, long story short, hey, I have a newborn baby or a baby.
And she put on a recording of a baby crying in the background.
Yeah. And then she would proceed to say, I don't have any formula tonight. You know, are you able to help me out? Give me some formula until I can get some. And the responses that she got from the majority of the churches was no. Only a handful of churches said yes. Okay, so the reason I wanted to bring this to the podcast is because this ain't even on a religion piece. I don't care if you're spiritual or not. I just want to talk about both sides of it because, for number one, I grew up Southern Baptist. A lot of the churches that told her no are churches that I grew up in and understand.
Okay.
The membership process, the not just giving anything to anybody because you don't know what they're going to do with it.
Okay.
Like, I understand that mindset, but I also, the outrage in the comments about how horrible these churches are for turning away this woman who doesn't really have a baby that needs to be fed.
In real life. But they don't know that.
But they don't know that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But the outrage in the comments, you know, it's like a balancing beam. And so I wanted to open up to you. I'm going to turn it over to you for a second and hear your thoughts on it. But I understand a lot of the no's. I grew up in the church, Southern Baptist Church, Union Hill Missionary Baptist Church. And if you come into the church and you are a member, they'll give you the shirt off their back. That is just how it is at the Southern Baptist Church, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
If you come in and you're willing to give to the Lord and you show that you're a willing participant, right?
Mm-hmm.
They give you a shirt off their back.
Right.
Do I think churches would make it if they were giving food and money out to everybody that asks? No, I do not. But do I think it's in the godliness to be helping out as much as you can? Yes. But to a cause that you understand and know. Like, I don't know many people that just call up and ask churches for stuff like that. I don't.
Yeah. I mean,
but also, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. I know you about to cook. But it's also like, it's a no with a reason.
Right.
So I think people need to understand that before they go and, you know, oh, these churches are so evil. Nobody will give food to a baby, a starving baby and a mother. You know, before you get super dramatic on me,
mm-hmm.
understand a little bit. A lot of people in the comments have never even been to church.
Yeah.
Let's get that out there. They ain't never fellowship with other people or none of that. The church and community is a very loving community. Let me tell you that. We do potluck. I was just talking about this in my meeting with my team, my Pure Joy team the other night. It's a potluck. You know, somebody bring a dish from their home, the whole church get fed. You know, what about a family that ain't in the church that ain't eating? Well, you can come to church and eat. You know what I mean? So for me, it was that. But also, the one man that did say yes, it was an older gentleman. He ran a small church. I forget what state it was in, but he had been crying all week, you know, because it was confirmation for him that he has been living life in the right way, which I can stand behind, right? It was a pastor.
Was this the one that said he had grandchildren and asked exactly which formula because he go get it himself?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It was.
And she actually went to go physically meet him.
Yeah.
At some point. Yeah.
And so to that notion, it's like, yeah, they said no. And that, you know, to an extent, I understand it, you know, and I'm not mad at the no, but man, to the guy that said yes with the low finances and a small church and not a lot going on, hat off to you. Like, hat off to you. Like, you are walking that walk.
Okay.
To me, he is walking that walk. And he was so moved by it, bro. But then, hold on, before I let you cook.
Yeah.
The church's rebuttal, a church out in Louisiana.
Okay.
And they called her a witch. And
I didn't see that one.
The devil.
Okay.
And they referred to her as being sent.
Is this after she admitted that there is no baby and that she was just calling around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, to that notion, that is where they lose credibility to me.
Okay.
You know, because regardless of her doing it for the wrong cause, whatever her cause may have been, and also social media, sidebar.
Yeah.
A little bit of attention seeking in there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of lame of her, but
yeah,
you know, calling somebody the devil or a witch is crazy. So like that to me, I can't agree with that.
Okay.
You know, preaching that to a group of people, I can't agree with that. Regardless of what you may feel about someone, they may have evil intent, but I can never say that, you know, someone is sent from someone that's being satanic. I just,
right.
Regardless of how, you know, I think that the real outrage was that I think she posted the churches that had told her no, and she posted the churches that had told her yes.
Yes.
And nobody wants to be embarrassed and put in that light, especially in today's social media. But I think you kind of just eat it and you just keep living right. I don't think you got to send out a public message to get back at someone as a person who believes in God.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I follow you.
As a person who believes in God, I don't believe that's how you should retaliate.
Okay.
When you feel like someone has done you wrong.
Yeah.
I think you do what I know to do and pray for that person. Right?
Mm.
Pray that they get, whatever they need to feel fulfilled. That's just me. Now you can chop it up.
Ooh, you said a mouthful.
Yeah. I was ready. I was ready.
So when you sent me this, let me just set the premise, right?
Of the week.
Yeah, like when you sent me this, I was already in bed. Like Jen and I were like in bed, just kind of talking and whatever. And I was actually like going through articles trying to find something for us to discuss today. And, you kind of gave me the premise and then sent me the link.
I wasn't trying to give you too much though, because I know you like to do your own research.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of not in the mood. I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of not in the mood. And I was like, I gotta watch these TikTok clips. Like, I don't watch the TikTok clips. So anyway.
Real. That's so real that you still did.
Yeah. So I watched it, right? Because like, you got to do the work. So I was like, okay, let's see. And the first thing I saw, I was like, this is uneventful. Like, I don't know what I clicked on, but I was like, okay, so I don't know, cute looking lesbian girl doing what? Like, that's what the first thing I got out of that. And I'm like, man, whatever. I was like, okay, no, I didn't see what he told me I was supposed to be seeing. Click on the next thing. So I clicked on it. And I'm like, okay. And it was a little long-winded, so I moved forward a little bit. And then we got cooking. And I said, oh, so I went backwards, watched the whole thing, and I watched several of these. Right. And I'm like, and Jen is just kind of right there, like kind of hearing what was happening. And she was like, I don't know if I like that. And I go, yeah, I feel a little weird about it too. And I'm like, but I see what she's doing, but I don't like how she's doing it.
Bruh.
But I also understand the no's. So where do I fall on this? And then this is where I started to say, I said, okay, let me look at the comments.
Oh, don't look at the comment. They cook it in there.
So yeah. So they was going off in the comments, right? And I was like, okay, so this is from her angle. So what happens is when people consume your content a lot of times in the respect of something like she's doing, it's almost like shouting into an echo chamber, right? They're already on her side. Like, these churches are not doing what they're supposed to do. How dare they not want to feel feed the baby and so on and so forth. And I said, okay, hypothetical baby, but I don't remember me just the scrolling I did not watch every single video, but in the ones that I did, I probably watched 10 of them. In the ones that I did, all the churches, some of the churches had great explanations. They said, hey, we're a small church. What we do is we take our donation funds and we send them to this entity that we trust to provide those sorts of services. This is where you can find them. This is the address, whatever. This is the number, whatever. They usually have those things because we have a small church and we don't even have a place to keep that stuff. So that's where you should call. And she would lie and say, I've called them. So like, if me working for the church knows that's where you get resources and they're supposed to have those resources for you, and we don't have that ability, what would you like me to do? Because I don't know if you called them, if they would have those resources for you. You just lied and said that you called them. You really didn't. Nor do you. So you're leaving out a variable that could have possibly answered your question, which still came from that church that you called. So that's not a real no. I still provided you help as a church, right? Some churches just said, we don't have the resources. We're a very small church. You don't know how much they're being donated to by their members. You don't know if that's in the poor community where members really can't donate and that they're maybe struggling as a church to even stay afloat and pay their rent, right? Like a lot of churches, they close sometimes, right? They don't have the membership or the donations to keep going. We're not talking like she called Saddleback a big mega church, right? Which I know Saddleback has a lot of resources. right? I've attended Saddleback. So that's important. That's an important distinction. So I kind of felt like maybe her experiment was not in good faith in some ways. And so I struggled with that. She did find a few people that went above and beyond and was like, hey,
man,
like that gentleman you said, he said, no, tell me exactly what kind of formula it is and where I can find you. And so I can go get that exact thing for your baby. Cause I got grandkids and ain't no kid on my watch going to go hungry.
Come on now.
I get that. Not everyone's in that position.
No, 100%.
Right? I could call Travay today and be like, Travay, my car broke down and you come get me. If I call you on Saturday night at 10 p.m., you can't help me till 2 a.m, right?
You out of there, boy.
So it just is what it is, right? It's one of those things that sometimes you're not in position and that doesn't make you a bad person. In terms of, I can understand where one of those, like those churches could feel like, why did you call us with that? Right. And now you're on social media doing that, putting us out there, messing with our business, giving us a negative look for something that we're not being negative about. We just don't have the exact resource that you want, how you want it. Right. And so I could see why they're salty about that. And I could see why they could, let me be careful here. Why they would think,
yeah, be careful.
That's the work of the quote unquote devil. Why that's the work of the devil.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
Do I believe that you should say that, or you shouldn't say everything that's on your mind? You was probably mad when you said that.
Furious.
And as a Christian, as a person who's running a church, you should really be careful. You should really be careful because that is the time to really walk in your faith when you're being tested.
That's
like
what I'm saying. So
you failed. And
you didn't get no formula. So it was like a double whammy.
Right. So you failed in that resource. But I think to me, like, I don't know, like, I know that if you're on hard times, you can go to a church and go to a pantry. I know Saddleback specifically, I can speak to them because I know people who have had to get resources from them. There are still rules, right? Like some churches are like, you need to be a member here. Some churches are like, and because they have limited resources and they need to make sure they have that available for people that they know are participating in the church. I get that too, or in the community at least, right? I also get when they have rules like, hey, you can come to our pantry, you can get some clothes, some food, whatever we have to offer, or we can feed you a hot dinner. We can do that for you once a week. Right? Some churches have that in place. Otherwise, you would show up every day. Somebody would for a free handout, and not everybody could afford that. So there has to be rules. And you as a mother need to be also like trying to provide for yourself and end up in a better situation, which is hard. I've been a super broke parent before my kids were super young. It's incredibly hard and heartbreaking and all those things. So I understand her experiment. I understand what she was trying to accomplish. I don't know if that was the best way to do it. And I don't know if doing that and posting that right away without having the proper conversations was the best way. And then I didn't see her. She just said that these churches, she called into question, what are churches doing with donations? That's what she was like, do you know what churches are doing with your donations? Because now they can't even help a hypothetical mother with a crying baby with formula. Well, those donations could be going to events for the church, maintenance of the church, rent for the church, and a plethora of other things. Maybe they just really donated a lot of funds to, I don't know, some place that got hit by a hurricane recently or something, or earthquake or some cause.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Right? So you don't know why they're out of money. So, and by the way, most churches have a committee that you can go talk to them and go see how those funds are being allocated. So you didn't do that. So I don't think it's fair for you to call these churches into question about how they're using their funds without the proper resource, without the proper sit down. I think if you recorded they said no, went to a leader of the church, had a sit down or a phone call, and then said, hey, I got to know, This is what I believe. Why is it that's your stance? Or why wasn't, because it seems like she wasn't happy unless somebody said, give me your phone number and address right now. I'm going to hang up the phone and go to Walmart and go pick it up myself and go get you this formula.
She already had an answer she wanted.
So that's the only answer she wanted from what I understood. And that's why she's celebrating the old man, which kudos to that man that he would do that, right? But we all know if word got out that that's what you're doing, you would do that 1,000 times a day. And that's not possible. 100%. Right? So there's a line in the sand somewhere anyway, right? So, and the church doesn't have, $20, $30 a pop per can of formula, or whatever it costs these days, so I don't think we could go on and on about that without the proper conversation. I just don't. And so I think that's the crazy work for me, and so I don't feel like that was a very honest experiment, but now we got a bunch of people
outraged.
It don't really matter because they're probably not from where she called anyway. They're just people from all over the TikTok verse who probably don't even go to church anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you would probably understand that. You would probably understand why you got the answer you got, because I understand it.
You feel me?
So,
but
I don't know.
I also, to that notion though, we got to talk about law too.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to bring this to you because every Catholic church she called said yes. And just about every Islamic church she called said yes. So, I mean, is there an issue? And this is completely different, right? We're taking her variable out of it. Is there a question of is there too much due process with other religions? Like every Catholic church she called, bro, said we got you.
Mm-hmm.
Every Islamic church said we got you. So, is
it possible that those denominations feel like that's a common thing that would happen in our society? So that's the thing we're prepared to deal with? Is that possible?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, I was raised in the Catholic Church. I was raised in Catholic Church. Okay. I don't know. There's a lot of emphasis on mothers and babies in Catholic Church, but I don't know. Mother Mary, baby Jesus, the whole thing. So but honestly, like all jokes aside, I don't know, but maybe that's an emphasis, right? Like that's what we see a lot. Just like, when I was a kid, there was a lot of emphasis on like mothers, abandoning their children, like, at birth, they leave them in a trash can or turn them into the fire department. Yeah. So that was a thing that was kind of commonly spoke about in the 90s. And they were telling young women, like, don't abandon your baby. Let us help you. Like, put the baby up for adoption. Don't leave it in a trash can. So is that something like,
I'm sorry, leaving in trash can.
It's crazy work, right? People would do that. I mean, the fact that a woman would do something as crazy as birth a baby in a bathtub quietly because her family's in the house, wrap it up, and then take it outside and leave it in the trash can. There's all these stories, right? Like of things like that happening because she just felt she couldn't keep the baby, or she's 15 and her parents would be mad, or whatever the issue is, right? That was a thing in the 90s. I feel like it happens a little less now, but, are these churches that's just what they're geared for? I don't know.
Yeah.
But again, just because you get provided the answer you want doesn't necessarily make it the thing, like the only answer.
Yeah, but I think my biggest thing for me was I just, when I go to comments, first of all, I don't like reading comments no more because I feel like comments don't allow you to be a free thinker. If you're constantly reading comments, you're just reading somebody else's thoughts instead of formulating your own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like to be in the comment section, but I did go in the comment section just to see where other people's heads at.
Right.
I had already drew my conclusion.
Right.
But I don't
go into the comment section until I made up my mind.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you can be a boss of your mind reading comments all the time, is what I'm saying. If you watch a video and you quickly go to comments, you're going to let the comments determine your thoughts. I know that sounds crazy, but that's how I feel. And so reading it and reading what everybody had to say, I could tell like the vast majority of these people didn't grow up in that way. And not that it's even a big deal. I didn't know she was a lesbian either. Not that it's a big deal, but I didn't know that.
The video I saw, she put it out there.
Oh, so I didn't know that.
So like the first thing I clicked on, she said something about her being a lesbian and her baby or something.
Does that even matter?
No, but she put it out there.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, that's crazy work.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I guess that's not really the topic of discussion because
it's not.
It's not like she actually said that when she called these churches that I'm a lesbian with a baby. She didn't say that, but
yeah, but
for some reason in the video I saw, she put it out there that she was a lesbian.
That doesn't even.
And I was like, oh, like that's why I was already kind of like turned off because like I was, as soon as I saw her and I was like, okay, the first thing you see about this lady is she's got some striking, beautiful eyes. That's the first thing I saw. I was like, oh, okay, she's a cute woman. What's this tattoo on her neck? Kind of thing. First thing I thought. And then she said something about being a lesbian and calling these churches. And I was like, ugh. And I was like, I don't care. I actually don't care.
Yeah. You like, here we go.
Yeah. I don't like talking sexuality politics, gender politics, unless it has something to do with what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like if that's a side, just because you wanted to tell me you were that, it doesn't change anything for me. So it's exhausting.
But how does your brain work is my whole thought process.
So. Right. Who are you and why are we doing this is what I would have liked to know.
So, to sum it up, I thought you said it great about the echo chamber. People, sometimes you can stand behind somebody so closely, even your parents. It made this very broad for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Some people need to hear this. You can stand behind people so strongly that you don't even know that you're just agreeing to everything they're saying. Me and Rod do a whole podcast. We do not agree on everything we talk about.
There was this thing that I saw. Where it was an exam. It was done a long time ago where it was just lines on a paper and they were all different lengths. And they had one guy that was the only person that's really being tested. The other people were actors and they were set up. Right. And some of them were very obvious, and it would be like, which of these lines is the longest or the shortest or the same, that type of questioning, right? And as it progressed, some of those lines, it got a little harder, but it might be an inch between, the differences or whatever. And they had, let's say it's 6 people. They would have 5 of the 6, which were the actors,
they're the same,
all say the shorter one was the longest one. And see what that one person that's being tested would say. Guess what he did? He conformed. And they say, I forgot what the number is, so I don't want to misquote the study, but it was a high number that said most of us would, under that circumstance, would conform and agree with the crowd. Even if we knew the truth, for the sake of you didn't want to stand out.
Yeah, there's a name for that.
There's a name for that.
I just looked it up. But I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. And I mean, I could talk about this all day. I also saw something that said, we've become actors in our own sitcom. We've become each other's entertainment. We use our kids now. Our kids aren't even held sacred anymore. We post.
You sent me that.
Did I send you that? And it blew my mind. I go, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I still kind of I think if I share my kids, I think about what I'm sharing and how I'm sharing it. Like I sent you a video of my daughter and her friends. I did not post that. I wanted to. And is there anything wrong posting that? No, but I have a lot of strangers on my social media. A lot of people I work with on a business aspect who I'm not close to like that.
Facts.
So I'm like, that's probably not the place, right? Facebook is a little more intimate for me, but also that has a lot of strangers in the voiceover world for me. So I'm still careful about what I share personally. Sometimes I share certain things. Sometimes I don't. I kind of pick and choose just because I know some people, like for instance, Jen, all her friends, 90% of her Facebook, her Instagram,
her
family and friends, they know us. So she can share wholeheartedly things about whatever. So me personally might be a little different, but I noticed that a lot of us, we just friend people in passing. Like you happen to meet somebody in writing, oh, you're cool. Let's be friends on social media. And now you're sending private things all over to virtual strangers that you met once or twice.
Yep.
Or like you liked each other's comments one day on a different post and you became friends and you don't know this person. We do that a lot now too. So
that's one thing I don't do. I gotta physically meet you.
Yeah.
Before I can add you.
Okay.
On any social media.
Yeah.
I can't just add you on a whim.
Bro, I have a lot of friends that I work with, voiceover world, whatever, or in the production world. I've never been in the same room with them. I've never been on a phone call with them.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't know what they sound like. Like, it's
you do though, don't they do voice?
Some of them, yeah. Some of them are production managers, casting agents. Some of them are on-screen actors. Like, I don't really know them like that. We bonded on something and we stay in contact because there might be a bridge one day, right? Like, it's kind of funny. Omari, right? Like the first time I spoke to him was he came on a podcast, like on a FaceTime call, right? It was the first time I saw him. I had several phone calls with him because we actually got close. We bonded on the fact that we're both actors, right? And then we spoke a few times and then we bonded when I tore my Achilles and then he tore his Achilles. Then we started texting all the time. So that's how I got to know him. So by the time he came to my wedding, I kind of knew him a little bit. You know what I mean?
He was a cool dude.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah. But,
social media is a weird place like that. Like you kind of don't know how you know people sometimes. And these are the people that we talk to, that we share our lives with. It's almost like as if everybody wants to be an entertainer.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Like that's where I'm going with that. So I don't know. And I think that says a lot about sometimes what we do, what we say. Sometimes we say things just to say things. Subject for another time. But, I don't know if you heard about the controversy at Destination Smokehouse.
What happened?
The barbecue place, right? So here, literally people are going around because it's the most viral barbecue
tenderism.
Place. Right.
Tenderism.
It's the most well-known barbecue place in Southern California at this point, right now. Right?
Tenderism.
The lines are crazy. Now, I'm glad I went when I went because I don't think you can get in there. But I guess it's being found out or discussed or rumored that the older gentleman, Walter, is not an owner of the establishment. So people are going all over social media, and that's the price of fame. They got so famous, people are talking about them, right? So now people are saying, well, the black guy is not an owner. And they found out supposedly, I don't know what he is. I don't care. But
what does it matter?
It doesn't matter. But like that he's one of the cooks there, or like the head chef or cook or whatever it is, barbecue person, whatever that title is, right? And so people are going, he don't get paid enough. He should get paid more. And I go,
for doing a skit?
Well, no, hold on. How do you know what Walter's getting paid?
How do you know what he does for them? He could just be doing the video.
I mean, the man is retirement age. He's lived his life and he's walking around. I don't know if you've ever been there. I have.
I ain't never been.
That man walk around like he owned the place.
Do he?
Doing what he want. Making sure everybody good. He do the commercials and the skits. He talks about tenderism. He's funny.
Tenderism.
He looks happy. Like whatever number they're giving him is his business. And that's it. And they're like, oh, because, Nick is white. It's an issue. And I'm like,
are you serious?
Yeah. But this is so getting my point, this is what the comments will do to you. Because everybody's discussing Walter's pockets and his business relationship with Nick.
And Walter worried about how the restaurant runs.
And Walter worried about the tenderism. Right? So the comments are how y'all fucked up. So you kind of got to be careful.
Destination Smokehouse, #1 in the nation.
It's amazing. It's amazing. If you can get there, you should get there.
Nah, I should have been when my homegirl Tamara was living down here. I used to bartend with her. We kept saying we were going to go because I wanted to get our oxtails.
Yeah.
And I never went. Now it's like through the roof.
Bro, that line is down the complex, bro. It's stupid. It's stupid. I'm glad I went. I've been there 3 or 4 times. Like, it's amazing. That oxtail's fire.
I got to put you on the spot. What you rated out of 10? For real. What you rated?
A 12.
It's like that?
It's the best barbecue I ever had.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he was going to tell me it was like an 8.
Nah. I've never, and I'm not trying to assault nobody.
Tenderism.
So there is a very famous barbecue business of a gentleman who's an actor in town. He can't hold a torch to Destination Smokehouse. I'm not trying to salt nobody's business up. Everybody needs to make money, and people go there a lot. It's cool. I just recently went there a couple weeks ago, and I was disappointed because my standard was Destination Smokehouse. And I've had barbecue from people in LA, family members who do it for a living. I've had a lot of barbecue in my life, right? However you want to cut that, as a black man, as a whatever. I've had a lot of barbecue in my life. I've never had barbecue like this. I ate a lot of that barbecue without putting any sauce on it.
No, you lying.
I just did. The brisket, all that. And then they got like I tried everything, bro. They had like these burgers they put brisket on. They had like these tacos that you put, you know, and I was like, you can't make tacos out of no barbecue. They did it. It's great.
They did it. It's great.
Like the mac and cheese is fire. Their soda, you know, the lemonades that they got, fire. Like you can't, there's nothing on the menu you won't eat.
Like that.
Yeah. When you go to this smokehouse, there's only one factor: how much money you got.
How much you willing to spend?
How much you willing to spend today?
Wow.
Yeah. That's my consensus on it.
So
anyway,
Destination Smokehouse, and
I want to get them on the podcast, but they might be too big for us now.
They definitely too big for us now.
We should have got them like a couple months ago.
No, we should have got them a year ago. I've been watching his videos for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Before I blew up like this, I was watching his videos. I'm talking about when he was just talking about the oxtail.
Yeah.
I was watching his joint. Not when he got on the tenderism for the brisket, or the beef rib.
Mm-hmm. And they around, you know, the thing is, it's very, as much as they're growing, the last time I was there, you know, Walter was very visible. Nick was very visible. Pleasantries to everybody. Hey, how you doing? Whatever. The line was so long. They actually he sent his employee, but also Nick was doing it himself, walking around with bites of brisket for everybody to give to everybody waiting in line. Thank you for waiting. You know, this is a new time for us, you know, expanding our business. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for waiting. Here, take a piece of this, take a piece of that, blah, blah, blah. This is how we do it. Blah, blah, blah. Just talking to everybody, shaking hands, taking pictures with babies, the whole thing.
That chat going crazy.
They doing it, man. They doing it.
Bro, they orders probably being on that grill. If you that pit master, you hate your job right now.
Yeah.
They like, you in here all day.
I think he said they're just hiring. They put out a thing that's saying they're hiring. They're now cooking like 24 hours.
They have to.
They have to. He was like, it's either that or close on Tuesdays.
They have, bro, I'm already knowing. Go home, get a nap in, or go to sleep for 8 hours, wait back up, go right back to work.
So they creating graveyard shifts now just to keep up with demand. So all the blessings to them, man, because people are coming from all across. There was even like they're like, who came from the farthest? And people were talking about where they were from. Just to see like who came from where.
Well, that grill never turned off.
It don't turn off. It don't turn off. And it shouldn't. They cooking. It's whatever they doing, man, they doing it right.
That's dope.
Yeah. In any case, that was about the comments where I brought up Destination Smokehouse, and I hope that they don't read the comments too extensively. It looks like they don't, and they're just...
You know who Les is? Les Barbecue out in Texas? Swole black dude.
That was the top of my head.
Anyway, like Destination social media fired a shot at him. So there's another dude who is a barbecue master. Let me see, can I pull it up for you real quick?
Okay.
But anyway, I think they said something along the lines of his meat wasn't as tender. And he was like, he was never worried about the tenderism. He always been worried about flavor. So they had like a little back and forth. So it really, I think if you want something on par with Destination Smokehouse, if you ever go to Texas, you got to try this dude right here, bro.
Interesting. You know, and Nick had a post where he was talking about the tenderism, the meat falling off the bone. Because, you know, Walter made it like super, like, that's the catch thing, right? He kind of like picks up the meat and it just falls off the bone kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that sort of thing. But apparently at some point there's a trade-off, right? If it gets too tender, then there's less flavor. And so there's always this balance of, you know, the tenderism is a secondary situation, but, and I might be saying this wrong, so Destination, don't be afraid to correct me. But that the flavor, they try to make sure they have, it's on par. The flavor and the tenderism go hand in hand, not one in exchange for the other. So they seem like they're addressing all the things, but I hope they never change, man. Because what they're doing, like the LA Try guy went out there, you know, what's the guy, dude? The dude with the glasses that always throws his glasses off. Jordan. He went out there, you know, like
they already, bro.
They big time.
Now we got people doing tenderism videos.
Yeah.
Some dude took a cap off a bottle of Patron.
Yeah.
He slid it off, talking about some tenderism.
Yeah.
Through his glasses.
Yeah.
Then one dude took a trombone or a trumpet and the thing slid off. He talked some tenderism. Then he kicked the choir stand. Yeah. It's going crazy right now. It's going
crazy. Yeah. And half these people don't know what they're talking about. They're not going to come nowhere around to go to Destination Smokehouse.
Say that.
And some people will. But,
say that.
But so in relation to what we were talking about, people have comments and statements that they want to make about other people's business and they're not even aware, right? Like how you said earlier, going back to our original subject, is you ain't even stepped foot in the church, much less know how they deal with their donation and their funds. And you want to have judgment about whether they can help a hypothetical baby or not. That's where this comes back to.
I see both sides. I ain't gonna lie. I see both sides, but it was done. Once again, it just wasn't a good experiment.
Didn't run a good experiment.
Yeah.
Let's work on that. Because I just feel like that wasn't transparent enough. Going back to our original subject, that wasn't transparent enough to say, let's have that proper conversation so that, you know, so
it was more research.
Put it like this. I don't see how we can create change with this experiment.
Oh, and also it just wasn't enough variables. Like there was more research needed to be done. That was very surface level.
So is that also the only, because I don't know, is it because she's a woman or is it because there's a statistic out there that she wants to address? Like, why was the experiment that we were running? Or is that because you think
she was running?
Well, yeah, but so my question to her is it because that's near and dear to your heart that was the experiment? Or because that's a thing that's going on in culture that needs to be addressed? Or are you just trying to blow up the spot on religion? Do you have an axe to grind against religion?
Motive? What's the motive?
What's your motive? Because why weren't we just saying that you were a homeless in need woman that needed food and shelter or clothes? Why was the variable? Why did it have to be a woman with a baby who hasn't eaten in almost 24 hours? Is that because that's the biggest thing that you could think of to do that somebody should help? Like, what is that? So those are the questions I have that I feel didn't get answered. Why are we doing this? Why is it important? You know,
the important variables.
Not why is it important. Obviously, it's important to feed children. Why was it important to run this experiment on social media and put these people out there? That's what I mean by why.
In effect, people that wasn't bothering nobody.
Right.
These people gonna be affected by it forever.
I know if my baby was hungry and like somebody didn't help me, I would just be making a different call. That's what I'd be doing.
On social media.
You know, I don't think, So like, I don't think that's the answer. But I mean, we live in the age where if a woman's not happy with her body, she can just say, I'm trying to make change and I need money for this plastic surgery.
Men too?
Can you just put this in my GoFundMe?
Men too?
Because I want to go be a OF star. Like, not saying a lot of women do that, but people have done that and they think that the world should help them. And I know that's not what she's saying, but we live in that world is what I'm saying.
Yep.
Right? So
I seen some fake abs the other day.
Yeah, well, it's all over the place.
Fake abs, bro.
Yeah.
Surgery.
So we all got our mission, right? We all got our mission. We all got our ways that we want to get there and do what they want to do. But, you know, that don't mean everybody got to
do that.
Be down for your cause.
Yeah. Say that.
Right? So, and not every church is going to believe, and this is why we have different churches, different denominations. Right? Like, I don't know. Maybe there's a religion out there and I don't know which one that would be, but it goes, hey, like, you're a mom. Like, there's no way you should be in your position. What did you do wrong?
We got you.
Right. I don't know, or like, there's no way on earth that we're not going to not help you. So wherever you are, we will come find you and come help you. We're going to meet you. All those things are great, right? But I don't think you can expect for everyone to have the same output. This is why we have different social groups and different constructs.
That's why religion is so difficult.
That's the beauty of having different things.
Yeah, that's why it's so. That's what people gotta understand,
right?
Regardless of whether you're religious or not, if you're gonna not like something or like something, have an understanding about it and why you like it or don't like it.
Right.
There's so many people that pass judgment that have no understanding. First, you must understand. Then you can. That's what I'm saying. My issue with comments, like you see something, and then you hear somebody else talk about it, and that's your opinion.
So let me tell you about something small that happened to me yesterday. It's actually more funny than it is anything else. I got to keep the guilty protected. I go to a meeting yesterday, and in this meeting, I ask the person holding the meeting, hey, so you're going to New York in March. This is how this works. I don't know. I'm a California boy, never been to New York. What's the expected weather? I know you're not a weatherman, can't tell me exactly what the weather is going to be, but in your history, since you've done this trip several different times, what is the expected weather? What can I expect? Like, should I dress warm? Should I dress cool? For the cold, what should I expect in that time of year since you've done this several times? Before he could answer, someone else on the other side of the room decided to answer and goes, oh, I'm from the Midwest and you should dress this and this and this because it's like this and this and this. So as soon as she finished talking, I looked over at my wife and I go, did she just tell me she's from the Midwest? She said from the Midwest, Illinois. Like, yeah. I was like, the trip is to New York on the East Coast. My point is, she just felt she had something to say and she had a mouth and it was okay to open her mouth.
And it had nothing to do with what you were doing.
Her life on the East Coast in Illinois got nothing to do with my question about New York.
Ain't got nothing to do with New York.
And the man that I needed to answer the question was still standing there, waiting for his turn. But I was talking to him. This is multiplied on the internet.
Oh,
people just
10,000%.
Right? Because we behind the keyboard, you're not gonna meet none of these people. It'd be so crazy how fast people would switch up if we were all in front of each other. You would say less.
People get all awkward.
People would be like, I don't have an opinion.
Yeah.
Right? How many people willing to get on stage and actually say something?
I for sure am.
Right? Like that's the thing. So I just think, I don't know. It's a weird world we're living in, and this is the beginning. So I don't know. I think everyone wants to be.
They're gonna get us.
Everybody wants to be an entertainer. Everybody wants to be the next Neo. Everybody wants to be like the next thing, Like, why? I don't know. I have so many questions. Why are you running this social experiment? I don't even know. Like, why those churches in Kentucky and Louisiana? Why aren't you calling anybody on the West Coast or the East Coast? Why ain't you calling anybody in Canada?
Those are the only numbers she knew.
I mean, should we start next? She should run an experiment, I guess, where she should call celebrities or their offices.
Or you want boop, boop, boop.
I mean, don't call RTB offices.
You call RTB, you out of luck. Hey, from Friday through Sunday, you might get picked up. You might get an answer on
Tuesday. Who gonna answer?
Listen, hold on. You might get an answer Tuesday from 9 to 12.
Who gonna answer?
That's on some weeks.
Who gonna answer?
Because we together.
Oh, I ain't gonna answer.
From 9 to 12.
If we together, we probably recording.
You call this phone, I'm going to say, thank you for calling.
He said, you don't even know what you're going to say.
We're going to have to get back to you at this time. It's hard, times is rough.
What you going to get from me is tell your people to call my people.
We'll get together.
We'll get together.
On another note, just a little pre-glimpse of the next episode. Elon Musk got a new cell phone out there.
Do we?
I'm gonna leave that up in the air. I'm gonna leave that up. No.
No?
I'm gonna leave that up in the air. Elon Musk got a new cell phone.
When it come out? It's out?
Hey, thank y'all for listening to RTB. And
wait, you can't. What the hell?
See you next week.
Hey. Hey. Thank you for listening to another episode of Raising the Bar with Bra and Travay. If you like what you heard, do us a favor and share the podcast with a friend. Don't forget to like and subscribe to podcasts also. New episodes every Wednesday. You can leave us a comment on the episodes where you stream them on Instagram at rtb.podcast or send us a direct email at rtb.podcast25@gmail.com. That's rtb.podcast, 25 @gmail.com. See you next week.